Every science has its corresponding pseudoscience. Psychology has its flip side, parapsychology. Medicine has acupuncture and homeopathy.
Homeopathy. Is it really just a pseudoscience or some old irrelevant science? Some people, including some government bodies around the world, say so. But there are a whole lot of people who gets treated with homeopathy and says it's awesome, miracle and life-changing.
Lord, it's a miracle!
Just a placebo working on a large scale? What if homeopathy already has a medication against fast-spreading novel Covid-19? Is it any effective?
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Homeopathy, discovered by Samuel Hahnemann in 1796, is based on law of similars, also said by Hippocrates, the father of medicine, which states that which can cause a symptom of a disease in a healthy person can treat a unhealthy person.
Plausible, right? It's kind of like a vaccine where you get a diminished form of the virus and that provokes your immune system. But the idea behind like cures like is the assumption that the thing that caused the ailment can actually cure it. So a diluted form of poison ivy can stop a skin rash. A diluted form of coffee can stop hyperactivity.
It's just like if you are having constipation, you are given pills to aggravate or induce the constipation more in a very delicate way by which the body responds by curing it. But wait for it.
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet.
The active ingredient in the mixture is very, very low. Most of the cases, there won't be even one molecule of active substance left in the mixture of water and sugar. And this is the reason why homeopathy is controversial. Before going any further, let's see first how the homeopathic medicine is actually prepared. You see, one drop of mother tincture, which by the way is a concentration of active substance, is taken and mixed with 9 parts of water or alcohol and shaken vigorously to get 1x potency. 1 drop of 1x potency is taken and mixed with 9 parts of water or alcohol and shaken vigorously to get 2x potency. Now the process is repeated to get 3x, 4x, 5x potencies. Now in order to get 1C potency, you'll be taking 1 drop of mother tincture and mixed with 99 parts of water or alcohol and shaken vigorously. And so on for 3C, 4C, 5C potencies. By the time it crosses 12C, science says it reaches Avogadro number at which no molecules from the original substance can remain. But 30C is pretty standard potency in homeopathy, which is compared in internet as 1 pellet of aspirin dropped in Atlantic Ocean. So in brief, this entire thing cannot be understood clearly. In order to understand this, you need to know vital force and water memory.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Every living organism in the planet has got vital force in them. Ayurveda and yogic philosophy stems on this concept. Tantra, Taoism, Shamanism is all based on this vital force. This is the most refined body.
In my life. At this point, I got very curious.
According to them, we have a physical body with energy body, astral body and soul. Only the physical body is made of physical composition. Rest all cannot be seen by naked eye as it is made of high ultrafine particles and corresponds to aura. There are certain high-powered photography techniques which have identified it, which although may not be a concrete evidence such as Kirlian photography and hence can only be experienced. People can experience them through intense yogas and meditations. This is the key in whole Eastern philosophy. Even scientists like Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla have always talked about the energy in detail. All matters are just gross energy. The formula E = mc² by Albert Einstein defines it. quantum physics have understood this and may eventually realize some of the concepts in those philosophies. Now let's see water memory.
Show me.
Nobel Prize winner Luc Montagnier, a French doctor, virologist, researcher, professor, through his research on electromagnetic signals from DNA, realized that water has the ability to reproduce the properties of any substance it once contained. It retained the memory of that substance.
Gave me a little vertigo to think about the huge possibilities for medical applications. I'm a trained physician, so I felt an intellectual excitement. I thought it was a fantastic discovery. I began to think that Benveniste was just right.
This was raised first by a renowned scientist and biologist, Dr. Jacques Benveniste, who also was a chosen candidate for Nobel Prize before he died. Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese author and doctor of alternative medicine, have performed experiments on water crystals exposed with different emotions like love, joy, anger, hatred, and observed the resulting crystals through microscopic photography. Pleasing crystals were formed when water exposed to positive emotions, and the opposite once exposed to negative emotion. When questioned about homeopathy, Dr. Luc Montagnier replied, "I can't say that homeopathy is right in everything. What I can say now is that the high dilutions are right. High dilutions of something are not nothing. They are water structures which mimic the original molecules. We cannot go further than 10 raised to minus 18 dilutions or we lose the signal. But even at 10 raised to minus 18 dilutions, you can calculate that there is not a single molecule of DNA left, and yet we detect a signal." Ayurveda and yoga practitioners understood this thousands of years back, and hence they always keep their drinking water in covered copper pots from any outside influence. Most of the religion, they have a holy water which is exposed with prayers and positive vibrations. Many yogis and mystics, including Jaggi Vasudev, popularly known as Sadhguru, around the world have also said this in many of his teachings.
But slowly they went deeper and deeper into this, and they find, which you must be, being a chemist, you must be very much aware of this, without changing the chemical composition of the water, you can rearrange the molecular arrangement in such a way that the water will behave completely in a different way than the way it does. To such an extent, it's sensitive to this extent that if I take a glass of water in my hand and just look at it in a certain way and give it to you, well-being will come to you. If I look at it another way and give it to you, you will fall sick tonight. This is no more superstition, this is science.
So in brief, during the process of potentiation and succession in the making of homeopathic medicine, the vital force or energy of the active ingredient still remains in the water, even if there is no single molecule of that substance physically present in it. Also, this energy, remember, cannot be destroyed, which may violate the law of conservation of energy. Because it doesn't have any physical molecule of active ingredient left, it has no side effects or risk associated with ingesting it. There are lots of researches and journals that proves homeopathy works, but there are some that says otherwise. Maybe science doesn't have enough tools and technologies to analyze and understand it, just like in the case of other efficient alternate healing systems. What if there are real evidences of homeopathy working? Why is that it is difficult for science to analyze it? What are the medications for COVID-19, and did it work for the people who have consumed it? More on it will be in the part 2. Check out that in the description and find the closure.